Hi guys, today we are going to be learning how to cut a simple palazzo pant. So I'm going to be making use of pattern paper to represent the fabric. So I've gone ahead to cut out the pattern paper that I need. So all you need to do is cut out both the front and the back, the length and the width of the fabric that you need for this trouser. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and mark out the necessary lines that I need for the pant. So I have gone ahead to take off the back piece. We'll work with the front piece first, then before we go ahead to work with the back piece. I've gone ahead to rule out the line. Now the first line is the waistline. From the waistline, you mark your hip line, then your crotch line, your knee length, and your length of the trouser. So when marking all those lines, don't forget to take away your band. Your band can be 1 inch or 1.5 inches or to 2 inches. So depending on how big you want your band to be. So take off your band just as I did, like 1.5 inch band, and then from there you mark out the necessary lines for your pants. So this is just the pattern paper, but if you are marking it on your fabric, you just take note that you're supposed to subtract your band of 1 inch to 2 inches depending on how big you want your band to be. So now the next thing we have to do is to go to your crotch line, divide your hip by 4 and mark the point out. Add your ease allowance and also your sewing allowance. Divide your hip by 4, mark it out, add your ease allowance and also your sewing allowance. So whatever that you have on that point, take note of the measurement. Whatever you have, impute it on your waistline and also impute that same measurement on your hip line. So whatever you have, you impute it on your hip line as well as the waistline. Then you connect the lines together straight, just like I'm doing. If you haven't done that, the next thing now you have to do is to mark out your crotch extension. Take note that this is a pattern paper, so there's no particular measurement that I'm using. I'm just drafting this out so that you guys take note of how to mark it. Then afterward, draw your curve. After doing that, take note of the measurement from the crotch extension and then extend it downward to your knee length and as well as your full length of your pant. After marking that out, then go ahead to connect the lines together to form a straight line. So after marking out the line, the next thing that we have to do is to work on the waist measurement. On the waist measurement, you divide your waist by 4 and then you add your sewing allowance. If you want to add that to this, at this point, you add your darts. Then if you don't want to add that, you just divide your waist by 4 and add your sewing allowance. And afterward, you connect the line to meet the hip point. So while I was drafting my line, I actually made a mistake. So I had to correct that. That other line is not really necessary, so don't bother about it. So the next thing now we have to do is to mark out our waist slope. You can go down by 1/2 inch or you go down by 1 inch depending on how slopey you want that area to be. So for the sake of this, I'm just going down by 1/2 inch. Afterward, you can go ahead and cut it out. So we have our front piece already. This is what it's looking like. So now we're going to use this front piece to cut out the back piece. So what I'm going to do is to take the front piece and place it on the back piece so as to draft out our back pattern. While doing this, it's just to secure down with your pin. Even when you are working with your fabric, you can also secure it down with your pin, especially when you're working with a fabric that is lighter. Also ensure that you have about 1 inch to 2 inches allowance from your waistline for that of the back piece. So next is to take out your crotch extension for the back. So mark out your crotch extension for the back depending on what you're working with for the fabric. Depending on how big the person boot is, you can take about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, depending on how big the person is at the back side. Then afterward, go up by 1 inch or 1.5 inch away upward from the waistline. This is to also ensure that the boot sits properly at the back side. So after marking it, connect the line from that point to the front crotch extension. Draw a straight line to connect it. and then afterward draw your extension curve. So after drawing the curve, the next thing now is to work on this waistline. So from this place where you connected, where you extended your back line, draw a straight line to meet the waist point. As you can see, just look at what I'm doing. So after connecting the line, from the crotch extension, mark out about 1 inch to 2 inches extension for the legs, for the back leg, depending on how free you want that place to be. So depending on how free you want that part to be, you can mark about 1 inch or 1.5 inch to 2 inches. For the sake of this tutorial, and because I'm working with the pattern paper, I'm going to be marking out 1 inch on my pattern paper. So you can also mark out 1 inch on your fabric, or 1.5 inch or 2 inches, depending on how wide you want your leg to be. And then afterward, you connect the dot with a straight line. So having done that, we have come to the end of the pattern drafting for this palazzo pant, and this is what it looks like. Now we can go ahead and cut out our back piece. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. You can apply this method directly on your fabric and you're going to also get a good result. I hope this was helpful. See you guys in my next video. Bye guys.